welcome back. This is the 7th guitar tutorial video lesson for the Licks and Tricks site, and after learning some scales we're going to learn two techniques here called hammer-ons and pull-offs. So we'll start with hammer-ons. We'll just use the A minor pentatonic scale that we've learned previously. Use that scale. So hammer-on basically is where it's sort of, you're not using your picking hand. When we're playing this scale, the picking technique that I would use would be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then the same on the way back down. That's a technique called alternate picking. It's not all down, and it's not all up picking. You're alternating between down and up. So basically we're only going to use down picks for this, and we're only going to pick when we're fretting with our first finger. So hammer on, play with your first finger the 5th fret on the A string, and hammer on with your 3rd finger 2 frets up. Do that again. Pull off, similar technique, only in reverse. Play the 7th fret and pull off with your 3rd finger to play the first finger that you're fretting. So this is a technique that'll come in very handy when we go on to learning lead guitar techniques, actually putting these scales to work and creating solos and lead guitar play. So the next technique after hammer-ons is pull-offs, and the two really go hand in hand. It's very often you use one without using the other. So pull-offs basically are the opposite of what a hammer-on is. So we'll start from the opposite side of the scale this time, and what we're doing is start off with a pinky. You're picking where your pinky is, and you're using your pinky to pluck the string down. You're pulling off the string, and it rings out the first, where you're fretting with your first finger. Yet again, I'm exaggerating that greatly to show you, just to get the technique down, to show you what you're supposed to be doing. It'll not sound as harsh as that whenever you perfect it and you get it going a bit better, but I'll exaggerate just to show you again. So you're So that's the pull-off technique. You're plucking one, and then without your picking hand, you're pulling down on the string. So you're pulling off on the string to ring out the note on the first finger, not using the picking hand at all there. So as we were saying earlier, these two techniques go hand in hand. You very rarely use the hammer-on without using the pull-off. So the way that I would practice hammer-ons and pull-off is basically hammer on the way up the scale and pull off on the way back down. So and then pull off on the way back down. So that's the hammer on and pull off technique, and that's something that needs to be practiced a lot, because that really does help you when you start learning lead guitar play. Like, you're not going to pick every single note. You're going to need to hammer on and pull off, and it's just a wee trick that's used by every guitar player that's more or less ever picked a guitar up, and it's really useful. So we practice this, as I say, that's the way I would practice. I would hammer on the way up the scale and pull off on the way back down. That concludes this video lesson, and the next one we'll move on to another two techniques called slides and bends.